It has been a few weeks. I'm so sorry I've not been able to read in 1 Corinthians, but I'm back. And hopefully soon we will finish 1 Corinthians. Chapter 15, the last time I read verses 1 through 8. So today we're at verse 9. Remember, this is Paul, the Apostle Paul, that is talking. For I am the least of the apostles, not worthy to be called an apostle, because I persecuted the church of God. Paul is saying, I'm the lowest level of any apostle. I'm not worthy of this. See, I persecuted the church. Remember, he was out doing his best to destroy the church and believers before he met Christ. Verse 10, but by the grace of God, I am what I am, and his grace toward me was not in vain. He's saying, the good that I've done, it's only by his grace. What's grace? Grace is something that we receive that we don't deserve. It's good things we do not deserve. So he is saying it's only grace, God's grace, doing for me what I don't deserve, that I am what I am. And his grace toward me was not in vain. It wasn't wasted. Paul is saying, I served him. On the contrary, I worked harder than any of them. Not yet I, but the grace of God that was with me, whether then it is I or they. So we proclaim, and so you have believed. So he's saying, it's not me that has made you come to know Christ. It's not the person that has told you that causes you to come to Christ. It's the grace of God working through us that shares the message of Christ. So whether it's me or someone else, we proclaim and you believe. Now, if Christ is proclaimed, we say he's raised from the dead. How can some of you say there's no resurrection of the dead? If there is no resurrection of the dead, then not even Christ has been raised. And if Christ hasn't been raised, then our proclamation, the things that we're telling you are worthless, they're in vain, and so is your faith. So you cannot say, it's proven Jesus came back from the dead. So how can you say there isn't resurrection from the dead? Because if you say people can't come back from the dead, then Jesus didn't, our faith's worthless. Well, he did. And that's our only hope today, the day in which we're living. So read in 1 Corinthians, we're chapter 15, that was verses 9, actually that was verse 9 down through 14. So we'll continue in a reading next week. I can promise you that. God bless you as you read the Bible.